Did you know that as we get older, many of us actually crave touch and physical connection even more than when we were younger? It might sound surprising, but it's true. Life changes. Families grow and spread out. And sometimes that simple, comforting presence of another person just isn't as readily available as it once was. And often, when we think about physical intimacy, we only think about one specific thing. But intimacy is so much bigger than that, isn't it? It's about closeness, about comfort, about feeling seen and cared for. It's a silent language that tells us we're not alone, that we matter. Yet, so many of us find ourselves feeling disconnected, perhaps from a partner, or even just from the simple joy of physical contact that isn't related to a doctor's checkup or a helping hand getting out of a chair. There's a quiet sadness in that. A longing for connection that sometimes feels out of reach because we're not sure how to bridge that gap again. Maybe after years of different life paths, or perhaps physical changes have made things feel awkward or difficult. But what if I told you there's a simple, beautiful way to restore that sense of closeness? That feeling of being truly connected. Through the power of touch, it doesn't require strenuous activity or awkward conversations. It's about gentle, intentional touch, and it holds incredible power to heal, comfort, and bring people together. In this video, we're going to explore some incredibly simple, doctor-approved massage techniques that aren't about deep tissue work or fixing knots, but about tenderness, presence, and restoring that vital thread of intimacy. These aren't just for couples. They're for anyone who wants to experience the profound benefits of loving touch. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you about the reach of these simple actions. Let's begin by thinking about the incredible power of human touch itself. Long before we understood complex biology, people knew intuitively that touch could soothe, heal, and connect us. Think about a mother comforting a crying child, or a friend offering a hand on your shoulder during a difficult time. These aren't just gestures, they are potent acts of communication and connection as we navigate life, and particularly as we get older. The opportunities for non-medical, comforting touch can sometimes decrease. Maybe partners have grown distant, or perhaps you're widowed or living alone. It's easy to start feeling like your body is just a machine that needs maintenance, rather than something capable of giving and receiving pleasure and comfort. This lack of touch, sometimes called skin hunger, is a very real phenomenon. It can lead to feelings of loneliness, increased stress, and even impact our physical health. Our nervous system is wired for touch. It releases hormones like oxytocin, often called the love hormone, which promotes bonding, trust, and relaxation. It can lower cortisol, the stress hormone, and even help reduce blood pressure. So, when we talk about restoring intimacy, we're not solely focused on romantic relationships, though these techniques are wonderful for that. We're talking about restoring that basic human need for comforting physical connection, whether with a partner, a close family member, or even through self-touch or professional massage. The beautiful thing is, you don't need to be a trained masseuse to offer deeply comforting and intimate touch. It starts with presence and intention. One of the easiest and most accessible areas to begin with is the hands. Our hands do so much for us. They work, they create, they connect us to the world, yet we rarely give them the gentle care they deserve. A simple hand massage can be incredibly relaxing and grounding. It's a non-threatening way to introduce physical touch, making it perfect for partners who might feel a bit out of practice or hesitant. To do a simple hand massage, find a comfortable place to sit together. Maybe put on some soft music. You can use a little bit of lotion or oil if you like. Something with a pleasant, perhaps calming scent like lavender, but it's not strictly necessary. Hold their hand gently in yours. Start by stroking the back of their hand slowly, from the wrist to the fingertips. Use your thumbs to make small circles on the palm, applying just enough pressure to feel good. Not too hard. Gently pull and squeeze each finger individually, from the base to the tip. Pay attention to the pads of the fingers and the space between the bones on the back of the hand. You can work your way up the wrist a little bit too, using gentle strokes. The key is to go slowly, breathe, and be present. Don't rush. Notice how their hand feels in yours. Notice their reactions. Are they relaxing? Do they sigh? This isn't about fixing anything. It's about connecting. It's about saying, without words, I see you. I care about you. I'm here with you. Swapping over and doing the other hand, and then perhaps having them massage your hands, creates a beautiful exchange. This simple act can take just 5 or 10 minutes, but the feeling of connection it fosters can last much longer. It's a low-pressure way to rebuild comfort with touch. Another wonderful area to focus on, which is often overlooked, is the feet. Like hands, our feet carry us through life, often neglected and confined in shoes. A foot massage can be incredibly relaxing and therapeutic, connecting us to the ground and releasing tension throughout the body. This is another area that can feel less vulnerable than, say, the back or neck, making it a great starting point for restoring physical intimacy. To give a simple foot massage, have the person sit or lie down comfortably. You might place a towel underneath to protect furniture. You can use lotion or oil here too. Something minty can be particularly refreshing. Start by holding the foot gently. Use your thumbs to make broad strokes along the sole of the foot, from the heel to the toes. Apply a comfortable, steady pressure. You can also use your thumbs to work in circles on the arch of the foot. Gently pull and squeeze each toe. Use your fingers to rub the ankle bones in small circles. You can also gently stroke the top of the foot and between the bones leading to the toes. Pay attention to how they react. Are they ticklish in certain spots? Lighter pressure might be needed there. Do they hold tension in the heel? You might spend a little more time with gentle kneading in that area. Encourage them to close their eyes and just breathe. Again, the intention is comfort and connection, not deep therapeutic work. Sharing a foot massage can feel incredibly nurturing and creates a sense of shared vulnerability and trust. It's a quiet act of service and care that speaks volumes. These initial steps, focusing on hands and feet, are powerful ways to reintroduce comforting touch. They are easy to do, don't require much physical exertion from either person, and lay the foundation for deeper connection without the pressure that might sometimes be associated with other forms of physical intimacy. They are perfect gateways to unlocking the full potential of touch to restore closeness in your relationships. Moving beyond the extremities, let's think about areas like the shoulders and the back of the neck. These are places where many of us carry a tremendous amount of tension, often without even realizing it. A gentle massage here can release physical tightness, but also ease emotional burdens we might be holding on to. This is still a relatively low-pressure area to touch, as it's less overtly intimate than, say, the chest or abdomen, but it can be incredibly comforting and relaxing. To give a simple shoulder and neck massage, have the person sit on a chair with their back straight, but relaxed, or even sitting comfortably on a sofa. You can stand behind them. You don't necessarily need oil for this, but a little lotion can help your hands glide smoothly. Start by placing your hands on their shoulders and just letting them rest there for a moment, feeling the warmth and the connection. Then, begin to gently knead the tops of the shoulders, using your fingers and thumbs to apply light to medium pressure. Imagine you're gently squeezing out sponges. Move along the top of the shoulder towards the neck. Then, use your thumbs to make small, slow circles at the base of the skull and along the muscles running down the sides of the neck. Be very gentle on the neck area. It's a sensitive spot. You can also use the pads of your fingers to stroke upwards from the shoulders towards the neck and down again. Pay attention to any spots that feel particularly tight. and spend a little extra time there with gentle pressure, perhaps holding the spot for a few seconds while they breathe deeply. Encourage them to let their head relax forward or to the side if that feels comfortable. The goal is not to dig deep, but to encourage the muscles to release through slow, steady touch. This type of massage is wonderful for easing the tension that builds up throughout the day, often from sitting, stress, or even just the physical demands of aging. It's a powerful way to show care and help someone literally feel lighter. Sometimes, as we get older, conversations about physical intimacy, or even just physical touch, can become difficult. There might be unspoken worries about changing bodies, physical limitations like arthritis or stiffness, or simply the awkwardness of bringing it up after a long time. This is a very real barrier for many people. These gentle massage techniques offer a way to bypass those potentially awkward conversations initially. They are a form of nonverbal communication that says, "I still want to connect with you. I still find comfort in your physical presence." Starting with areas like the shoulders or hands makes it less intimidating. It allows touch to become a comfortable, regular part of interaction again. Without the pressure of it needing to lead to anything else, it normalizes physical closeness. If there are specific physical limitations, like joint pain or sensitive skin, communicate about it openly and gently. Ask, "Does this pressure feel okay?" Or, "Is this spot comfortable?" Consent isn't just a one-time agreement. It's an ongoing conversation. Especially with touch, making sure the other person feels safe, comfortable, and in control is paramount to building trust and restoring intimacy. If certain areas are painful, avoid them entirely and focus on areas that bring comfort. For example, if hands are affected by arthritis, a gentle scalp or foot massage might be a better option. Speaking of scalp massage, this is another incredibly relaxing and intimate practice that requires very little physical exertion from the giver and can provide immense relief and connection for the receiver. Our scalp is full of nerve endings, and a gentle massage there can release tension in the head and neck, improve circulation, and simply feel wonderfully soothing. It's also an area that feels less vulnerable than other parts of the body for some people. To give a simple scalp massage, have the person sit comfortably. You can stand or sit behind them. Use the pads of your fingers, not your fingernails. Start at the forehead and use gentle circular motions, working your way back towards the crown of the head and then down towards the neck. Imagine you're gently moving the skin on the skull. You can also use both hands to gently cup the head and apply a very light, steady pressure. Then release. Another technique is to gently run your fingers through their hair, giving a light tug at the roots, which can feel surprisingly good and stimulating. Focus on areas like the temples and the base of the skull, where tension often gathers. This type of massage is not only relaxing, but can also feel incredibly personal and caring. It's a simple way to offer comfort and connection, particularly if other areas of the body are sensitive or difficult to touch. These expanded techniques, shoulders, neck, and scalp, build upon the basic principles we discussed earlier, offering more ways to use touch as a language of care and intimacy. They address common areas of tension and provide different avenues for connection, always emphasizing gentleness, communication, and the intention of fostering closeness and well-being. So, we've talked about simple hand and foot massages and explored techniques for the shoulders, neck, and scalp. But how do these simple acts truly restore intimacy? It's about much more than the physical touch itself. It's about the time you set aside for each other, the focused attention you give, the nonverbal communication of care and presence. When you are gently massaging someone, you are fully present in that moment with them. Your phone is put away, the TV is off, and the worries of the day are set aside. That focused, uninterrupted time and attention are incredibly precious, especially in busy lives. And even more so as we age and time feels increasingly valuable. This shared quiet time, centered around comforting touch, creates a powerful bond. It rebuilds a sense of safety and trust. For partners, it can rekindle physical connection in a way that feels comfortable and loving, free from pressure or expectation. It reminds you both that your bodies are still capable of giving and receiving pleasure and comfort. Regardless of age or physical changes, it can be a beautiful precursor to other forms of intimacy, or simply a deeply intimate act in itself. It expands the definition of intimacy beyond just sex to include tenderness, care, and mutual presence. Consider the long-term benefits. Making gentle massage a regular part of your routine, perhaps a few times a week, can have a ripple effect. Physically, it can help reduce stress, improve sleep quality, and ease muscle tension. Emotionally, it strengthens your bond with the person you are touching and who is touching you. It increases feelings of security and emotional closeness. It combats loneliness and isolation. It's a way to continue nurturing your relationship, or to build a new kind of connection with a family member or friend if you don't have a romantic partner. It's about reminding each other and yourselves that you are worthy of touch, care, and connection. It's easy to fall into routines where physical interaction is minimal, perhaps just a quick hug goodbye or a pat on the back, but intentional. Prolonged touch like massage is a completely different experience. It signals deep care and affection. Think about how you feel after receiving a thoughtful gift. Now imagine the feeling of receiving focused, loving touch. It fills a different kind of need, a fundamental human need for physical connection that persists throughout our lives. If you're in a relationship, you could make it a ritual, maybe while watching a quiet movie together, or before bed. Start with just 5 minutes each, focusing on hands or feet, and see how it feels. Communicate with each other. Ask, "Did you like that?" Or, "Where does that feel best?" This open communication about touch can also open doors for communication about other aspects of your relationship and intimacy. It builds comfort with discussing physical needs and preferences. If you don't have a partner, these techniques can be adapted for self-massage. A hand or foot massage before bed can be incredibly relaxing and a form of self-care. Or, consider asking a trusted family member if they'd be open to exchanging massages, or even incorporating professional massage into your life. Remember that surprise I mentioned? It's this: the most surprising thing about these simple massage techniques isn't just how good they feel physically, but how profoundly they can impact your emotional well-being and your sense of connection to others. It's a powerful reminder that even as we age, our capacity for giving and receiving love and intimacy through touch remains vibrant and essential. It's a doctor's touch. Yes, in the sense of promoting health and well-being. But more importantly, it's a human touch, a touch that restores closeness, comfort, and intimacy in the most beautiful and simple ways. Remember, small changes can make a big difference to your health and happiness. Exploring gentle touch is one of those small, powerful changes. Don't feel like you need to be an expert. The most important ingredients are intention, presence, and gentleness. Start small, be patient, and enjoy the process of reconnecting. I'd love to hear from you. Have you experienced the power of touch in your relationships? Do you have a favorite way to give or receive comforting touch? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your stories could inspire others. And if you found this video helpful or insightful, please give it a thumbs up so more people can discover these simple techniques. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tips and insights on living a healthy, connected, and vibrant life at every age. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Go forth and explore the wonderful world of touch. Reconnect and live your best life at every age.